Now we look at data selection and data frame. We're back in Python interactive shell. If you're on Windows and you have the Anaconda distribution package installed on your machine, all you have to do is you click on the search icon and then you type IPython, you press enter, and then that should boot up the IPython interactive shell for you. We've talked about data frame as a dictionary. So essentially, that allows us to create data frame from Python dictionary using Pandas series. So let's look at how we might achieve that. We can do area, and then we can do pandas.series. So we're gonna use this. We're gonna use Python dictionary to create our series, and from our series, we're gonna create our data frame. Let's look at some cities in Ghana. Let's look at Accra. Accra, the land area is approximately 140 kilometers squared. Let's look at Kumasi. Kumasi, land area is approximately 254 kilometers squared. Let's look at Tamale. Tamale, the land area is approximately 922 kilometers squared. And then for Sekondi Takoradi, the land area is approximately 192 kilometers squared. And then last but not the least, for Sunyani, the land area is approximately 829 kilometers square. So that's for the land area. Now let's look at population. So pd.series, pass our Python dictionary here. We start with Accra. The population 2,864,779. These are not definitive figures, so if I'm wrong, bear with me. So Kumasi, this is 2,495,580, and then for Tamale, that's going to be 749,488. And then for Sekondi Takoradi, and that's gonna be 245,382. And the last but not the least, Sanyani is gonna be 330,000, like so. Okay, now we can create our data frame from our series by doing pandas.dataframe, and then in here we can pass the dictionary, and then for our column we can do area. It's going to be area, that's for our values, and then for our population I'm going to set us to pop, like so. So when we do data, we have this. Okay, now we can access the individual series from our data frame using two approaches. The first approach is going to be dictionary style, and then we can also look at the attribute style. So say we wish to get the area series, so we can do area like so. So this is a dictionary style syntax, and then we get for our area series, and then for our population we do pop, like so. We get. Now there's another approach which is a attribute style. So that allows us to do data.area, and then we get our area what is it called, our area series. Now if we do data.pop, this isn't going to work. Okay, let me just show you. So it's saying, say, method data frame of pop. So the reason this is not working is because Pandas has an attribute method known as pop, dot pop. So that's not quite working for what we wish to do here. So the takeaway here is the attribute style approach only works if our column does not share a name as Pandas attribute method. So which means we cannot do this. So the way I like to do this is to do data, then I can do data dot rename, and then in here we can do columns. Is that columns? Is that the spelling of columns? And then here I can do, well, so this is pop before now. I just change name to population, like so. So when I do data, so it goes to population. Then I can use my attribute style, population, and then that works. So it didn't complain here. Okay. So that's one way we might we might access data in Pandas DataFrame. We can also use this attribute style to access the exact same object as the dictionary style. So this returns a Boolean. So we can do data dot area. So this is attribute style is data area. So this is going to return true. Okay. If I did for the second one, obviously data dot population is data population. This should return true as well. Okay, so that works. There are other things we can do in terms of we can set a new column. For instance, we can do data, and if we have a new column density, then we can set that to data. So density is going to be population divided by data area, population divided by area, like so. So now if we do data, we should have a new column density, like so. Okay. Now we can also access data from our data frame as two-dimensional array. So if we did, we can do data dot values. So this is going to present our values in a two-dimensional array. So this is it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 by 3. So we can do data dot values dot endime, I think. So two-dimension data dot values. This is a array method now. Dot shape. So 5 by 3. Okay. We can do transpose. Since this is an array now, we can what is it called? Since we can access our data as array, it also means that we can do something like data dot transpose. So if you do data dot transpose, let's look at what we might get. Okay, so now we have what is it called? We have our data frame, but then we have the transpose of it. So in transpose, we say columns become rows become columns. So you look at what we have now. It's 3 rows, 5. Okay, so 3 rows, 5 columns. Before we had 5 rows, 3 columns. So now columns have become rows have become columns like so. If I were to stick with data, I'm coming. If I do data dot values dot t, does that work? Don't try this. I've not tried this before. Okay, so that works as well, but without the columns. So I hope you get the idea. Okay. Apart from that, we can also say we wish to get the first row. We can do data dot values, and then here pass 0 here. This is going to give us, don't forget, this is our data. This is our data. So if I do data dot values, and then it's okay, give me the first row, this should give us Accra. So this is for Accra, I think. Okay, it's giving us in standard form, if I can recall. So this is 10 raised to power 2, 1.4, blah 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 blah, multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. So this is for Accra. Okay, this is for Accra. We can do for data dot values. So get me the third row 2. That's going to get for Tamale. Okay, so that's working as well. Okay, that's another way we might look at it, and then the result is an array in both cases. Okay, we can also do, for instance, we can use, when we talked about series, we had these, what is it called? We have these indexers, log, ilog. We mentioned this when we discussed data selection in Pandas series. So we can use log indexer, we can use ilog indexer. Let me stop talking. Let me just try something. So we can do data, for instance, dot ilog. So we do dot ilog, and then we can do 3, and then we can do 2. Okay. Now what would this? Now this refers to column. So row. This refers to column. So get me the first 3 rows. Get me the first 2 columns. That's what it's saying. First 3 rows, first 2 columns. So let's see what that might give us. Okay, so where we get the first 3 rows and then the first 2 columns. See, we don't have the density column here. Okay. Much like we did this, this is what is it called? This is implicit. We can do for explicit by doing data.lock, and now we have to pass the key. For instance, now I can do Accra. Okay, so get me Accra, and then I can do for the row, no, for the column, I can pass population like so. Okay, so this isn't quite working. I want to re-implement this using .log indexer, which is going to do it the explicit way. So this isn't what I intend. This is not going to work. What is going to work instead is this. So get me the rows. So it's not going to be, so first row is Accra. So to Tamale, from the first row to Tamale, and then here we can say from the first column to population, like so. So when we use lock, we have to specify what is it called? We have to specify our labels explicitly, or like this, which allows us to get our data implicitly. So if this syntax is correct, then it should do the same as this. Okay, so that works good. So there is another one known as ihex. That's an hybrid. I think it's I think it's deprecated for now, but I'm going to try it. If it blows up, it blows up. IX. So this allows us to use hybrid approach. So I can use from getting the first 3 rows, and then here I can do for the explicit column population. So the first 3 rows, and then all columns to from the first column to the population column. So this is hybrid. I'm using what is it called? Implicit and explicit approach here. Let's see whether this works. Okay, so now it blows up. It says data frame object has no attribute IX. Like we said, this has been deprecated, so it's not working in this Pandas version. Some older Pandas version, it doesn't blow up like this. It just tells you it's deprecated. But anyway, you get the idea. Now, we can do what is it called? We can combine by doing some fancy indexing and masking. So, for instance, we can do data.lock, and then here we can do inside there we can do data.density. Okay, greater than 100. So we're looking for values greater than 100 here, and then that's going to be for our for our row, and then for our column we're going to get for population, and then density. So we're only getting for the density column where the values are greater than 100 for our row, and then for our column we going to do for population and density. So essentially we're going to get the cities whose densities which densities are population density is greater than 100, and then these are the 2 columns that we want to obtain. Okay, let's see what this might give us. Okay, so it turns out that so we have 2 columns, population density, and then for the density greater than 100, so all of these the densities are greater than 100. All right, so that works. What else can we do? I think I'm just going to stop. Okay, what if we can do data, for instance, .log, and then this is going to allow us to reassign. So we can reassign values as well. So for instance, if I do data.log, and then here we can say, okay, 0, that's the first row, first row, third column. So that's going to be the density column now. So I can reassign this, and then we can do, before I do that, let me just show you what we have here. So this is data now. This is what we have as data. So if I want to reassign any value here, I can specify explicitly data.log, and then in here I can say, okay, first row, third column. So I want to reassign the value of this. If I reassign this to 3000, for instance, and then I do data, watch this. So it's been, what did I do? It's been, what did I do wrong? Oh, sorry, I'm using lock. Lock is explicit. This is not going to work for what I intend to do. So let me try data.ilock, and then let's do from 0 2, and then let's do 3000. So that's what I'm, because this dot lock indexer is supposed to be explicitly stated. I'm using the implicit approach here, so that's why I'm getting this. What is it called? I'm getting these funny figures. So let's look at this, and then if I do that, look at data. Okay, so now you realize this has been reassigned. Okay, so what else can we do? I think I'm just going to stop here for now. We've done quite a bit, so I'm just going to stop for now, and then I'm going to see you guys the next video. Thank you for watching.